The 11th season of Wilderness Survival has officially begun. It's just 201 kilometers from the Arctic Circle. Winter temperatures can reach -40 degrees. Vast wilderness with countless predators. Let the players become hunters, but also the prey. To get the ultimate reward, worth $500,000, they need to show their talent, while trying not to become food. You need to eat enough protein at the same time. This is Tim, 35, who just landed. He's in a competition with these things, because there are 5,000 bears here. Sulfur monoxide, the program organization has equipped for each contestant bear spray, sirens and measures to prevent bears. Before exploring this area, he wanted to take all this with him, in case you have to face them. Tim must first protect his own life. In real life, he's a humanitarian aid worker. I love everything about the outdoors. The family lives completely out in nature, different from other players. As soon as he came ashore, he went into the forest and started hunting. Quietly walking through the bush, Timber went to the river and found traces of the bear. And the moose is here. Shy people will sweat. It's amazing to see this. The brave will continue to crave pieces, but these traces are relatively old, so these animals are not around. Grizzly bears prefer flat roads with no obstacles, so it usually lives in riverside or in sparse forests. Want to avoid face-to-face meetings. Avoid these areas as far as possible. So Timber headed for the forest. Although it's not easy to walk here, but at least it's safe. After a while, Tim found a squirrel in the tree. So we quickly withdrew the bow. Take an arrow and shoot it in its soul. This makes Timber. He was the first player in the hunting season. The animals are. Squirrel meat is not only good for belly, it can also be used as fishing bait. I'd say an arrow hit to swallows. Then Timber started doing it. He's setting a lot of traps in a row. It should not be idle while waiting. Timber must quickly make a shelter. To save time, I want to build a temporary shelter. When the food is stable, rebuild a solid cabin. After God's hiding place is completed, he needs to get back to the river quickly. Check the fishing situation. The result is very good. He caught a big dogfish. Timber, you can eat well on the first day of the game. Contestants like that are rare. Today there's not only squirrels, there's another big fish. He started to enjoy the booty. Sarah is 49 years old. She was the first contestant to cry on the ground. Before marriage, she used to be a vegetarian against hunting, because Florida doesn't support idle people. So she's married to Alaska. After marrying a husband, loves outdoor activities. She also began to fall madly in love with this life. If we can get this $500,000, that's enough for two people to retire. After finding a suitable campsite, she started stopping a tent. It's simple, everything is in order. She wants to search recently, see if you can find berries or pine mushrooms. Berries are not hard to find here, but the difficulty is that they don't have enough to eat. If you want to win the game, don't just eat before it snows. Still need to reserve a little. Now Sarah was lucky. Not only found berries, she also found some mushrooms. Sarah continues to explore, and found a small lake nearby. She can fish here later. It's amazing. Beavers are also found here. If you can catch this animal, protein and fat are enough. But it's a shame to be out here. Sarah didn't bring the bow, so you can just look at the beaver swimming in front of me. But that's also anti-zero. At least, she knew her place wasn't short of food. This is Dusty, 36 years old. He's planning to build a shelter in the jungle. Because of this, can avoid the destruction of strong winds. He's a Korean. When people are not working, Dusty outdoors and hunting, fishing and playing in the wild. This is the first time I've been near the Arctic Circle, but if Dusty can win the game, I want to use that money to improve family life. Make money with your hobby. There's not many opportunities like this. Want to survive long term, there must be adequate and safe shelter. Dusty directly cut down to trees. Use it as the backbone of the house. Then install a crossbar, and cut down some more trees and cross them up. The shelter he built was a shelter, best hidden among all players. Just cover it with a canvas from above. I can be there comfortably. Time to day 2. 42-year-old Peter wakes up from sleep. He slept very well last night. He was a little confused when he first landed. It's much easier now. But Peter still doesn't have water, so he's thirsty right now. I'm going to find water first to drink and then make a shelter. My wife told Peter, if you want to live long in nature, do not drink dirty water. Otherwise there will be serious consequences. Because this place is so wet, so the igniter also becomes unhelpful. The fire finally didn't light up. If a person does not drink water for 24 hours, there may be severe dehydration. So, he had to find a way to replenish water as quickly as possible. So Peter needs to get out, get some foam to start the fire. Peter is a librarian. I'm an intellectual. He's very fond of outdoor sports. Peter's a black belt martial arts master in Brazil. Knowledge you are familiar with in nature. Peter basically learned it from the book. And then he practices one by one. Turn knowledge into your own ability. After a survey, Peter found a small pond nearby. There's about 14 in the area. It's a small size like this. Just when I came back for water, suddenly Peter found a pile of bear dung. Although it's not new, but Peter decided not to build a shelter. Fixed hiding near this area. There is no fire to defend against. People are hard to beat them. After finding the smell, I finally started a fire and succeed in getting clean water. Dusty starts going out looking for food on Monday. But he only found a few wild roses. Even though this doesn't have a lot of starch, but there's more than nothing. Dusty also collected 10 get a little. He can always hear squirrels in the forest. So Dusty hurried back to the camp and got the rope. Set a noose trap. Just in time you went out to get firewood. 3 squirrels broke into the camp. Dusty quick grab. Arrowed Ryan shot into his soul. Then advancing the food, dropping the powder to the ground. This means a lot to the player. It doesn't just help you fill up. It can also increase confidence. Dusty peeling off squirrel. Removal of internal organs. Then cook the stew directly with meat and vegetables. And then he started eating a funny meal. Sarah's making herself a cone 10. Structure. It's been used by nomads for thousands of years. Overall very simple. Can save material. The shelter is also very good. In the front is the lake, and behind are the bushes. After construction is completed, it's time to go find those beavers to bake charcoal. As long as Sarah can catch one, she should be able to eat it for at least 2 weeks. After waiting by the lake for a while, the prey finally appeared. Waiting for him to swim to Sarah, she definitely shot the arrow that hit the target. Even though it looks like it's been hit. But the beaver escaped into the water. No one knows what the real situation is. After a fierce ideological struggle, Sarah's final decision was to take the risk. To try your luck. It'll put your wa into hypothermia. Serious cases can also be logged out. When Sarah trembled in the water and start picking up arrows. The heart is also cold. Because there's nothing up there. This is definitely a 7. But there's nothing you can do. Sarah could only calmly accept to look for another chance. See if we can see that beaver again. The time has come for the 3rd day. The man in front of us is 42-year-old Jack. Falcon breeding. Jack's father taught him everything you need to know about the wilderness, so now he's good at trapping fish. But Jack's a little unlucky. I just got here and I lost my hook and fishing line. As he walks in the bush, suddenly scratched and the zipper is opened. So the fishing gear's gone. Jack's been looking for days and found nothing. Now, he's got to weave the net from the survival rope, or Jack won't catch the fish. After the grid is completed, he started putting it in the water. But can this thing catch fish? Don't have to wait to find out. Peter caught it today. Headmate Shelter is a delicate man. Bark must be peeled off the wood. The tree must look white. Everything has to be perfect. Then rely on them to start building the roof. With a willow spike firmly planted in the ground, Kia had bending into an arch placed on the rack. This is the dome of the shelter. It's one of the shelters most popular in the area. Simple and beautiful shape. It's like a big dumpling. The reason why all players fall. Shelter construction bucket. That's because a week later, there will be snow here. Without a decent shelter. It's almost like calling the show. It's Wednesday. Jack spent an hour and a half setting the fire. Because he's the only contestant who doesn't have a rock. Fire and Steel would have preferred a different piece of equipment. All of a sudden, Jack had lost the game. It's mind-boggling. Without flint and steel, it takes a lot of time and effort to start a fire. But Jack knew an ancient way to easily get fire. First he used wood to burn some charcoal. Then make a container out of crushed birch bark. Then put it inside. Then make a tight lid for the container. His belt is made of metal. Cords can be found nearby. Friction can produce electric sparks. When these flaming particles fall into the coal, they ignite. Cover when not in use. Do not let the air in. Convenient for next use. It's a very effective method. After Jack solved it, he went to the river to check the net. As expected, there were no fish. Suddenly I heard beavers on the water. So Jack broke a branch and put it by the water, trying to lure beavers into the bow and arrow. Then he hid to the side and waited silently. Today Tim suddenly had an idea. Waterproof bow box. Use it as a water bottle. With water carried. That way you can go further to find food. So now, he needs to create a box with a different name for himself. This place has a limited supply. You have to maximize your imagination. He took a piece of leather out of the original bag. After opening, there are many small holes in it. The first Timber divides them into 2 rectangles. Then fold it back and cut out to symmetrical holes. Out need to be tied to wooden rack. Use a wire trap to fix 2 identical brackets. Then tie it to the upper and lower ends of the bow. This way you can carry 4 arrows at the same time. Just enough to use when Timber meets prey. Just take the arrow and shoot it. After the work is done, he goes to the riverbank to find his favorite prey. There's footprints of animals everywhere. Tim was very excited. Will Tim find a place to drink water? If we could hunt such giant prey, it will definitely lay a solid foundation to win this contest. He started to survey his surroundings. Then go into the forest, through this area. There's a big swamp inside. Moose likes this place the most. Timber found a deserted place inside. Began to imitate the moose's meow. I can't believe it. He actually called a moose. To get the best position, Tim walked slowly on his own, while using the call to attract moose. During this period, he needs to make sure that I am always in a cautious position. Just slow down a little bit, and slowly come closer. The Lord Moose was within range of the bow and arrow. During this time the adrenaline of the Timber increases. The whole body trembled. It's because of this that your first arrow missed. But it doesn't matter, the moose doesn't go far. Tim still has a chance. At the time of the second arrow, closer distance to the moose. I think I have a chance to win. But it was blocked by bushes. The arrow is stuck. By this time the moose was starting to get scared. And then launch a smoke-free shot. Missed such a good opportunity. Did a big blow to Tim Butter. Looks like he needs to calm down a bit to continue participating in the contest.